Hey, everybody, it's Scott Steen with winnersandwhiners.com coming to you with the MLB edition on the Tuesday side of Today in Sports Betting. Hey, Scott, rumor has it that we're going to maybe get intros and outros for Today in Sports Betting. You excited about that?
Sounds good to me. This is news to me. So
I just heard about it yesterday.
you're telling me I'm not going to be able to hear your 20-minute intro anymore? That's a damn shame.
Heartbreaking.
Mhm.
I'll probably still do it. It'll just have music up front.
Yeah.
And it's because they're going to try to make Taylor off my old podcast when we had intros and outros and stuff. So I don't know. We'll see. All right, buddy. Well, we just did the NBA. By the way, anybody that watched the NBA, if we lost, we just noticed as we looked up here that my video wasn't on. At some point, it was on when we started. So if we lost video halfway through there, apologies. We did not do that on purpose. I really don't know.
I think your video was fine for that entire NBA one. I just noticed it in between.
Okay, well, fine. I hope that works out. And if not, just imagine what I look like. It was pretty much the same as the first half. So. We got a lot of baseball games, man. Let's get right to it, shall we? Starting off here, first game of the day is the Pirates and the Twins. Joe Musgrove goes against Rich Hill for the Twins. Twins 197, Pirates plus 181. 9 is your total there. Scott, I'm going to play the best team in baseball over the worst team in baseball. Not a shocker here. I'm going to play him on the run line minus 110. Joe Musgrove's given up 4 home runs in 11 in the third innings. That's a bad habit to have when you go to Minnesota. I like all kinds of Twins here in this one. Your thoughts?
I feel the same way. I don't really see much value in any side, unless maybe you were considering taking a team total. But in reality, it's not a great spot. I know we lost the team total yesterday by half a run.
Yeah.
But I know money has come in on the under, so I'm a little bit confused by that. I agree with you, though. It's either Twins or pass.
Yep, I'm going to
go get a money line parlay if you want to try to cut into that juice. But you know what? I don't know what Twins to score first is, but that's really not that bad.
Not a terrible play. Yeah, anytime you usually get pretty good value there on the home team. So maybe minus 130, something like that. Oh, how about the Battle of Ohio here? As that continues, Cleveland against the Reds. Indians minus 158, Reds plus 146. Shane Bieber goes against Tyler Mahle. For the Reds, 8 is your total there. Scott, your thoughts?
Well, I know yesterday we ended up winning the first 5 under in this matchup. For this one, I don't know how you're supposed to go against Bieber. He's looked like the best pitcher in all baseball.
Right.
Money has come in on Cincinnati, which has me a little bit confused, but I was never that big of a Mahle fan. Indians first 5 run line.
Okay. I'm gonna go first 5 under again. I'm gonna ride that train again. Mahle has pitched well so far this season.
I just don't know how sustainable it is.
Oh no, I totally agree. He's just made one start, and he did give up a ton of runs. He gave a ton of hits. He gave up 6 hits in 4 innings.
There's no way I'm going to be a contrarian and fade Bieber. I can't do it.
No.
He hasn't given up a run yet.
He's been unhittable. He's been virtually unhittable. I'm going to go. I'm going to go first 5 again under 4.5. Even if the Twins break through for 3 or 4, I think the Reds do nothing here to help us out against Bieber. So
that wouldn't surprise me. That's why I like the first 5. I'm not going to get involved with the bullpens.
Nope. Okay, Red Sox Rays. Rays minus 139. Red Sox 129. Nathan Eovaldi goes against Charlie Morton for the Rays. 8 is your total there. Charlie Morton's been awful this season so far.
I was gonna say I like the over 8 if I had to make any play here.
I'm on it. That's exactly what I'm playing. I have no faith in either one of these pitchers.
Eovaldi doesn't bother me. I know Morton has the ability to be good, but Boston's bullpen is atrocious. And the lineup, even though they ended up getting swept by the Yankees, their lineup did wake up towards the last couple of games of the series.
Yeah.
So this lineup's not bad. This pitching staff is terrible. And Tampa can score, but Morton has been inconsistent. So
yeah, Rays are it's the upside down, Scott. The Rays are scoring a ton of runs. You can't count on their pitching.
Correct, and somehow they got swept by the Orioles. But you also have the 4-4 extra inning draw, so I can't say no to the 8.
Yep. Yeah. Finally, we're going to get on the right side of an even number there. It seems like we've been playing these under these under 8s the whole time, and I hate that.
I think they've been working, but I agree.
For the most part, they have, yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna be on the right side here. That's what I had as well. All right, so the Phillies and Yankees are going to be hurricaned out. Are you ready for the hurricane? By the way, I didn't ask you.
It's pouring rain outside right now, so as long as the power doesn't die in the middle of the Islander game, and as long as the power doesn't die while I'm writing articles, then maybe I can handle it. But if I end up putting in the message that my power died, then I might be off the hook for the articles, if you know what I mean.
I'd keep my laptop charged if I were you.
I am, but if I have no Wi-Fi anyway, then I don't know if it matters.
Use your phone as a hotspot?
I could, but then I have no phone charger.
Well, you've got issues.
That's what I'm saying. So, yeah, it could be dicey this afternoon. But we'll see.
Yeah, you're supposed to have 65-mile-an-hour winds up there on the island. So
I'll remember that when I'm staying indoors.
Good luck with that. All right, let's move on to the another battle there in the National League East. Mets, Nats, Nationals -148, +137 for the Mets. Steven Matz goes for the Mets. Matz for the Mets. That's Patrick Corbin. I'm such a child. Patrick Corbin gets the ball for the Nationals. 9 is the number there. Scott, I got 2 pitchers here that have been throwing the ball pretty well this season, and a couple teams that have definitely been struggling when it comes to scoring runs. Nationals scored just 24 runs in 7 games so far this season. The Mets averaging about 4 runs a game, not terrible, but I like the under here. I'm going to play the under 9 in this one. Your thoughts?
I think the one thing I would tell you is that if you want the under, you should probably take the first 5 because both these teams have abysmal bullpens. So this could easily explode in the later innings if you end up seeing Edluz Diaz come in the 8th or 9th inning.
Yeah, we'd probably get under 5 there for the first 5, I would think.
Either 5 or 5.5. I would take the under there if I had to lean, but I don't know what the Nationals -0.5 is. I know Matt's have been decent this season. I think Corbin is the significantly better starting pitcher in this matchup. And I know plus the Nationals, even though they haven't played in a while, they are getting Soto back, so the lineup should look a little bit more capable to play it. So if I had to lean anywhere, I'd probably lean first 5 under in the Nationals and first 5 -0.5.
Okay. All right. Solid. Braves, Blue Jays. Braves -170, Blue Jays +147. 9's the total there. Matt Shoemaker goes for Toronto against Max Fried for the Atlanta Braves. Your thought there, my friend?
Well, I actually wrote an article about this one for winnersandwhiners.com, so you can check out that piece for a more in-depth breakdown. But for me, very, very chalky move by me. I'm taking the Braves on the over. I know money has come in on the under, but in reality, Shoemaker was good for 1 start. But if you followed his career with the Angels, he was extremely inconsistent. And he was really good 1 week and then awful for the next 3. And the sample size is too small for me to believe that is sustainable. Toronto hasn't played in a while because their Philly series got canceled due to some potential COVID issues for the Phillies. They didn't have any, but there was a potential issue there. But both bullpens aren't great, both offenses. Toronto's offense hasn't been good this season, but it has a lot of talent on paper, and I don't like either bullpen. So if I had to lean anywhere, I'd probably lean to the over 8.5 on the Braves money line.
I'm gonna direct fade you there, and I've got the and I've got it at 9. Do you see it at 8.5 now?
I see 8.5 at some spots offshore. So once again, 8.5, kind of like the extra innings move there. I can't really say no to 8.5 with the Braves being involved.
All right, I'm gonna fade you. I'm gonna play under 9 there. I'm a believer in these pitchers. Shoemaker pitched well for Toronto last season as well. Sub-2 ERA, only 28 innings. I know he was hurt.
That's what I'm saying. He gets injured all the time.
I understand.
Sample size is so low.
I think Fried is a very, very underrated pitcher at this point. Probably the ace of the staff. Would you agree with that?
Well, now he's the ace because Soroka's out for the year.
That's what I'm saying. He's got his torn Achilles, so he's done.
That's a shame. But
Braves done? Does that cost the Braves?
Dunn's a bit of a stretch. I still think Atlanta's going to overreact and trade for a veteran starting pitcher to try to save the staff for the playoffs. That seems like the move. And they're going to end up settling for Jeff Samardzija. So, yeah. It's a matter of – it's not great for Atlanta. But really, if you look at the NL, what, you have the Dodgers, Braves, and everybody else after that?
You don't believe in the Rockies?
It's tempting. I mean, now that Wade Davis is out, maybe I have to start believing in the Rockies, right?
Trevor Story wins the MVP and leads the Rockies to the Western Division crown. How about
I
that?
like how the Cubs have been playing this season, but I hate their bullpen. I think the best two teams are clearly the Dodgers and the Braves, even with the injury to Soroka. Now, of course, the lack of an elite starting pitcher is going to hurt, and I think that might hurt their chances of winning the whole thing. But I still think Atlanta's the second best team in the National League.
Okay. All right, good enough. And you're probably right as far as you look at their lineups goes, but then they've got
that pitching staff is not great.
They've got pitching issues. And you knew they were going to have bullpen issues going in, and now they got starting pitching issues. That's
I still think they're going to panic and trade for somebody. I said Samardzija could be maybe a Mike Minor from Texas or something.
That'd be a step up over Samardzija.
But it's a setup, but it's definitely a more expensive price. So the question is, how exactly do the Braves want to handle acquiring somebody? But they're definitely going to make a move for a starting pitcher within the next couple weeks.
All right. Hey, Scott, let's welcome back the Marlins. We missed you guys.
It's amazing. I kind of forgot that they were gone. Isn't that crazy?
Marlins squaring off against, speaking of surprises that they're still there, holy crap. Somebody break up the Baltimore Orioles, Scott. They're favored here. -125, Marlins +115, 9 is your total. Pablo Lopez goes for the Marlins against John Means for the Orioles. Scott, I'm all over the Orioles here. I like John Means. I think he's the best pitcher on the Baltimore staff. Of course, that could be like winning the Special Olympics 100-meter dash, but it's still. I think that this is. I'm not a Pablo Lopez guy, and I can't believe that's the guy that when they had their rotation squared around. Of course, I don't know who's out. I know they've got 13 new players for the Marlins. So
they got a couple new minor leaguers they called up, a couple of designated for assignment people that they got. Yeah, according to manager Don Mattingly, he basically has not met half the roster. That's an exact quote from Mattingly. He basically said, "I have not met half the people on the roster."
I'm playing the Orioles here -125 and John Means. I think this is this is one of my plays of the day.
The only issue I have with Means is that I watched him in his first start against the Yankees. I know that the Yankees have an elite lineup, but apparently Means was having some serious arm issues with arm fatigue in camp.
Yeah, I didn't care for missing his first start with arm fatigue.
Yeah, so Camp, he had issues with a dead arm. He only pitched about 4 innings against the Yankees, I think. So yeah. I'm a little bit concerned by that. If I had to go anywhere, I'd probably take Baltimore's team total over. Believe it or not, this team's actually hitting the ball.
Yeah.
And Miami, after such a long layoff, I got to wonder how rusty the pitching staff is going to be. You had a long layoff to start the season. Then you start the season for one start, and then you're off again for basically another week. And Miami's bullpen's still terrible. Camden Yards, of course, is a run-fest ballpark. And Baltimore kind of destroyed Tampa Bay's pitching, and people have not been talking about it.
No,
I like the Baltimore team total over.
Don't hate that. All right.
Mostly because I'm concerned by Means' arm. If he was healthy, I would agree with you, but he's not healthy, so I really don't want to get involved with the pitching matchup for Baltimore.
All right. Fair enough. I just think even an average John Means.
Oh, no, I agree. It's just I assume he's going to pitch 4 innings max, and that Baltimore bullpen it's been tolerable this season, but it's not any good.
Let's see what the team total is here on that one.
Probably 5.
No, it's 4.5 actually. You can go 4.5 each way. I thought they might shade it a little bit there, but they didn't.
Can I ask what's the price on 4.5?
115. Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, I'll take that to the bank.
Okay. All right. I'll take the Orioles straight.
That'll be one of my official plays.
All right. Good. All right. Moving on. Central. Brewers, White Sox. Brewers -125. White Sox +115. 8 is your total there. Lucas Giolito goes against Brandon Woodruff for the Brewers. I've got over 8 in this one in a small lean. I'm thinking one of these teams is going to break through. I think one of these pitchers will not survive, and probably most likely going to be Woodruff, but I'm not sure. But I like the over 8 in this one.
First of all, I cannot stand this Milwaukee team. This team is.
They speak well of you. That's weird.
Well, I mean, I was somewhat local there for about 4 years, but it's now that Kane's gone, I just don't like this team. Yelich has been terrible. I know he had 2 hits yesterday. Fun fact, I was a Yelich home run away from about $200 yesterday. Fun fact. So thanks a lot, Yelich.
Okay.
But for this matchup, I have more faith in Woodruff than Giolito. Woodruff, I actually think, is a very good starting pitcher. Giolito's looked very underwhelming since his breakout season last year. But it's a low total for two teams with really awful bullpens. And for that reason, I know Kane's out and everything like that, but I'm going to take the over 8. You got the 4-4 extra inning draw. Chicago's lineup's pretty good. Their bullpen's terrible. And I think Milwaukee could easily score 4 runs in this game. So for that reason, I'll take the over.
All right. Well, I worry when we agree, so we'll see what happens there. It's the punchless Royals. And
are we just skipping this game and just taking the Cubs? Do we really need to break it down? Because I feel like you're just going to keep fading the Royals until infinity and beyond of this.
I'm going to play first 5 under 4.5 here, buddy. I like Brady Singer.
Okay, fair enough.
This kid may be the bright spot of the Royals season. Has pitched 2 really, really good games. They've got him pretty limited. He's not going to go more than 5. By the way, last night the Danny Duffy pitched into the 6th inning, was the first Royals to do so. First Royal to record an out in the 6th inning.
I'm surprised they haven't retired his jersey yet.
He'll be in the Ring of Honor soon.
Mm-hmm.
Cubs minus 187, plus 172 for the Royals. Wind's blowing in. 8 your total. Singer, Hendricks. This Royals team cannot score. Just awful at the plate. I'm playing first 5 under 4.5. Hendricks is one of those guys that looks like you ought to be able to hit him, but you can't. And the Royals never hit guys like that. So I'm going to take the Royals rookie. I think Singer gives up 3 or less in his 5 innings, and Hendricks handcuffs the Royals. Maybe they'll score a run today, but I doubt it's in the first 5. Maybe first 5 under 4.5 there.
Yeah, I actually like the play as well. The issue with Hendricks that he got shelled in his last start, but
It doesn't matter.
I know. He's one of those guys who, even after he gets shelled, I kind of trust his mental resolve. He seems to be a guy who is capable of bouncing back after underwhelming performances, whereas some pitchers let it linger, and those pitchers are the worst to deal with because if they have one bad start, they're going to compound it into 3, and others are just going to forget about it and move on. I think Hendricks is one of those guys who are going to move on. Great. Yeah. He's a really good pitcher. He tries his hardest to be Greg Maddux because he can't throw a fastball more than 88 miles an hour, but yet he still throws complete game shutouts on random occasions. I agree. It's a matter of the wind blowing in. This game will be low scoring. The Royals are going to need to actually get on base to score because the wind's going to kill any home run balls, and they never walk. And Hendricks never walks anybody anyway. So it's really a bad matchup for the Kansas City to even get base runners, let alone runs.
Cubs hit one last night. I think it was Schwarber. I'm not sure. Just hit it on the line. Just an absolute rope, and that's the only way to get one out of there right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, anything, Perez, Solera, they're monster moonshot guys, and that's not what's going to fly today. So
yeah, I agree.
Rangers, A's. Rangers plus 138, A's minus 149. Lynn against Luzardo. Scott, 7.5 is the number here. This has come down a full run from when it was posted yesterday.
Yeah, it makes sense if you look at the ERAs for both starting pitchers, but I'm not a guy who makes sense a lot. I'm going to take the over 7.5.
I'm all over it, dude. Those last 2 are a couple of my plays.
Well, the main thing that you have to wonder is that we've been waiting for Oakland's offense to show up for about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
They finally scored double-digit runs. They realized they were playing the Mariners. It took about 4 days. They finally realized in the 5th inning, wait a second, Seattle's terrible. And they scored 7 runs in the 5th inning. I'm hoping that carries over, but 7.5 for a team that just scored 11. And Texas also scored, what did they score? They scored 9 against the Giants on Sunday, I think.
Yeah, their offense has been awful, dude. Their
offense has been terrible, but both teams in this game had their season best performances in their last game, and the total's at 7.5. So if you get a little bit of momentum to carry over into this game, I think 7.5 is too low. I would probably put this total at 8. If 8.5, I'd take a guess here. I'm gonna take the over.
7.5 is usually reserved for
It's reserved for like DeGrom, Soroka.
Yeah.
That's what you're looking at.
Yeah. Or maybe maybe not quite that level. Maybe that's 7.
Or Chicago with the wind blowing in, as we just talked about. But, Oakland. I know that the lineups haven't been great, but both teams are coming off their best performance. I don't know if you think momentum's going to carry over, but there's a decent chance that momentum will carry over for one of these two teams.
Hitting kind of works that way. Even if you're not a believer in momentum,
it's very streaky.
Hitting is a very streaky thing, and once once guys get hot and start scoring runs, they do tend to come in bunches. 7.5 stands out to me like a sore thumb. We could be getting sucked in here, but I'm playing it. Rockies Giants. Here we go. Break up the Rockies, everybody. Rockies minus 163, Giants plus 150. Cueto, who was bumped yesterday, gets to start here against German Marquez for the Rockies. This one's come down a full run since the time it was posted. Scott, so it was started at 13, has now come down to 12. I am not a believer in Johnny Cueto. I think German Marquez is going to have a breakout season finally. Capture the glory that he had here a couple of years back. Go ahead.
I don't think Cueto's pitching. I'm pretty sure it's Gausman.
They changed it out. Did Cueto end up going yesterday?
I thought Cueto did go yesterday.
Well, he was listed, and then he was on the schedule for today.
I'm pretty sure he pitched yesterday, but I know as far as ESPN's concerned, Gausman's pitching.
Okay, I'm looking at the same. Yeah, that was weird because when I did this last night, it was Cueto. So I don't know. Yeah,
I gave the Giants money line yesterday. Was one of the only leans I got wrong. That and the Dodgers, but Giants have the lead. They ended up blowing it.
Then I like it even better.
I know money's come in on the Giants, and the Rockies have gone from roughly minus 215 to minus 170. Marquez is so much better than Gausman.
Oh yeah,
it's not even close. I'm a huge Marquez guy. I think he's underappreciated, and people might argue, well, he occasionally gets shelled. Well, you would too if you pitched at Coors Field. So that's not really your fault. Gausman's just a guy who gives up a ton of home runs, and I think that Coors Field is a disastrous park for him. So for that reason, I'll take the Rockies.
By the way, this number is now 11.5, so it's coming down.
Money's coming in on the under, which I like Gausman. I mean, not Gausman. I like Marquez. Sorry, I'm not a Gausman guy. I'll lean to Colorado.
No, yeah, I'm going to take.
I hate the bullpen though. They almost blew it again yesterday.
I know. I'm going to take Colorado on the run line there. Actually, pick up positive value at plus 105.
That's not bad. I still can't believe the Rockies almost blew it again last night.
I know, man. They were behind early, and then they came back to take the lead. And then
I gave it a lean on the Giants money line. I didn't play it, but it looked pretty good early. Then Arenado homered. You had a couple errors. They're up 7-4 in the ninth, and you know it's going to get dicey. You knew it was going to get dicey.
Yeah.
You had the Rockies run the line yesterday. I am so sorry for you.
You had to be hating life.
That's brutal.
Astros D-backs. Astros minus 122. D-backs plus 112. 9.5 is your number there. Christian Javier goes against a Mad Bum for the Diamondbacks. Scott, anytime I'm going to get Houston at minus 122, I'm going to lock that up.
I agree. I am a big fan of Bumgarner. Is he the same guy he used to be? No, but he's still very solid. Javier is an unknown, but if you actually looked at his first start, he did really well against the Dodgers.
Yep, great start.
Really good. And even though I think the Diamondbacks are a potential live dog with Bumgarner on the mound, Houston's offense is too good and Arizona can't hit the ball. So for that reason, I got to lean to the Astros.
Yeah, Mad Bum's doing his thing that he's done the last couple of years. His ERA is around low fours, and I think that's where he's going to end up. He's a 3-4 guy now. That's what he is. So
I'd still want him in the playoffs if I had a choice. But yes, I do agree.
I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah.
Okay. Dodgers Padres. Dodgers minus 124. Padres plus 114. 8.5.
Good win for the Padres yesterday.
Yeah, it was. It was a good win. May goes for the Dodgers against Dinelson Lamet for the Padres.
I'm looking at the over 8. I know that Lamet pitched well in his first start. I'm not really a fan of him. And Dustin May is good stuff, but he's a little bit wild at times. I think his control has some issues, and I think the Padres bullpen is actually a disaster. So I can't take an under if I have no faith in one team's bullpen. I'll lean to the over.
All right, yeah, this actually number did come down from 8.5 to 8. Playing another even number.
I'm not gonna play it, but if I had to lean anywhere, both starters don't have enough, I'd say, long-term track record results for me to view both of them positively. And the Padres bullpen, I think you can agree, is an absolute dumpster fire.
What the hell happened?
I don't know. Kirby Yates forgot how to pitch. He hasn't even like 17.
Like he's been working out with Craig Kimbrell or something.
They have two guys that they rely on, and neither of them can pitch. Yeah. You have Yates, who's been terrible.
Yep.
And they ended up getting Pagan, and he's been terrible. Their best reliever right now might arguably be Drew Pomeranz. That's how bad their bullpen is right now.
Yeah, it's not good.
So I'm going to lean to the over because I think both pitchers have the potential to blow up, and I don't trust the Padres bullpen. So I'll lean to the over.
I don't play Dodgers overs.
You don't play Dodgers overs?
Very rarely. No, I don't. That offense goes in the tank too often. You know, they'll put up 11 and 2. And
I think the Padres bullpen might help out with that equation. But yeah.
You're right. And I'm not gonna officially play this one. My lean is gonna be Padres plus 114. I'll take the positive money there.
Okay. I'm just not a big fan of Lamet.
I get you. He pitched well. We'll see. Angels Mariners. Angels minus 190. Mariners plus 175. 9 is the number there. Haney goes against Dunn.
No, we had this exact pitching matchup about a week and a half ago.
How'd that go?
The Mariners won, but I won because I had the team total over for the Angels.
Yeah. I'm gonna play the Angels run line on this minus 123. I hate this Mariners team so much.
It's a pretty interesting spot for me. The Angels have been terrible also, so it's kind of tough to do it that way. It's kind of interesting though because Ohtani's injured, but Trout's back, so they kind of swapped outfielders there. Trout trying to show off his new dad strength, as he had a kid and he was on paternity leave. But yeah, I kind of agree with you. I think Heaney's a pretty underrated pitcher. He's the best pitcher of the staff. Dunn was pretty good early on in his start against the Angels before giving up a throw-in homer to Ohtani.
Right.
This Mariners bullpen's terrible. The only unfortunate thing is that Brian Shaw probably won't be available. I believe his last start he went 0 innings, gave up 3 hits and 2 earned runs. He got no outs. So yeah, he's an awful pitcher. But I'm not a fan of Ohtani being out, but at the end of the day, I'd probably lean to the Angels' first half run line because both these bullpens are terrible. Angels' bullpen's also really bad, but Dunn is a relative youngster. Don't really trust him. And I think that Heaney is a more reliable starter. So I'll lean to the Angels' run line in the first 5.
Okay. All right.
I don't know what that is. Probably around minus 120, minus 125. If I had to guess.
Yeah, I would think at.
So I'll lean in that direction.
Yeah. You're probably going to be 130, 140, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not awful. All right, very good, bud. There we go, and we've officially broken that down. You have any interest in the Mariners over 3.5?
That's really not bad for the Angels bullpen.
That's what I'm saying. I would be tempted by that.
I'm tempted by it, but somehow Seattle scores run. You look at their lineup on paper, and I don't know where it comes from.
I know. I watched them play the other day. I'm like, I don't know how this team scores run.
Now up Dylan Moore. I'm so who? And then he hits the ball like 450 feet. And you're like, this guy.
I know, man. All right, bud. There you go. We've done it. We've brought in our baseball show, and we'll go back and recap here just real quickly. My favorite plays of the day are going to be Orioles minus 125, Royals, Cubbies first 5 under 4.5, Rangers A's over 7.5. That's going to be my that's it. That's going to be my 3 plays that I'm officially going to put money on today. And
okay. So my 3 are going to be the Indians first 5 run line.
Okay.
That's going to be my first one. I am going to tail you on the Cubs first 5 under. And my third play was pretty tough to come by. I might only do I'm going to do the Orioles team total over.
Okay. All right, that's solid. Yeah, I think you and I are both on the same page there. Just a little bit difference on our belief in the Orioles pen. So, all right, buddy, I got you done in time to watch that Islanders game. To watch the. Is it Islanders?
Watch that Islanders game. Yes, you had it right the first time.
Good. Okay, cool. All right, there it is. That is today in sports betting. That is the second half of our show, the Major League Baseball edition. For myself, for Scott Reichel, we appreciate everybody stopping by to check us out. Don't forget to check out winnersandwhiners.com for deep dives into every single one of these games we talk about. You want an in-depth breakdown, that's the place to be, winnersandwhiners.com. Our sister site also at statsalt.com. Get a second opinion. It's a beautiful thing. Check them out. You'll love it. You'll dig them. You will use them as a resource for the rest of your life. All right? So, guys, good luck on all your plays today. We appreciate you watching, as always. For myself, for Scott Reichel, for all of us over here at Winners and Whiners, we appreciate you stopping by and watching today in sports betting. Good luck. Have a great day. Stay safe, everybody. And we'll see you tomorrow.